Hey YouTube, what is it? How is everybody doing today? I hope your days are going good and your lives are going even better. We are gonna be jumping into Sidus Atrum with the song called Fading Light. This was given to me by Tarmo last week sometime. Okay, I meant to do it on Sunday, then Sunday turned to Monday to Tuesday, and now into Wednesday, and I'm like, oh shit, I meant to do that days ago. And yeah, the life of a reactor, sadly. I just kind of like have so much shit to do that I just forget certain things that I meant to place in certain places. But things get done eventually, and still, this is literally about somebody's fight for their home country, for the Ukraine, about the war in Russia, about current events. If you're not into any of those things, then please jump off the video, as it's all going to be very political in this video, I would quite imagine. So, without further ado, I'm going to break this down. We're going to break it down lyrically as much as we possibly can. It is growled, just so you know, so let's go. And I only know it's growled because I listened to the first, like, 30-second max of it, man, just to make sure what kind of genre it was. It seems so dark as well, which is actually quite fitting for the topic, I guess. That lighting was so pretty. Alright, so let's pause it right there, man. So she's doing vocal fry, but it's not quite as aggressive as you would imagine. It's almost spoken. It's not quite, but it's there, like, you know, the actual, like, it's the, where quite is it? It's so, like, you got head voice, you have higher voice, and then you have, like, your mid. It's just above mid, and then it has that spoken element to it, so it's very much like a black metal style, which is very cool to listen to. You could very much view this as either doom or black, or whichever way you want to go with it, as it can fit into either. We'll see as the song goes on, as Depressive Black is usually a lot darker than this, so I would very much put it closer to doom. But even though it's quite fast, so I don't know, it just has that kind of feeling of doom to me. But obviously, due to the subject matter, it's going to be a very dark song. But still, let's jump into the lyrics. Let's see where we are going with this. Perfect is my world of the infinite serenity. So like serenity of like bliss, of like having nothing to worry about, having no problems to deal with, just being serene in that sense, so soft, so filled with love and dignity, and I feel myself to be a part of a cosmic soul. So yeah, she kind of feels like me, as like, you know, where I feel that past this world we don't have heaven and hell. We have energy and souls and that type of stuff, and I think our energy is just going to convert into something else, and I don't know what, I don't know how. That's just my random thought on it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but I don't think it has to. Like, but it seems like she's kind of seeing that kind of worldview too. spiral of life is twisting faster day by day. So many souls are on their bloody ways. So the spiral of life is twisting and twisting and twisting. Like, people are getting killed every single day. People are getting destroyed every single day. People are going towards their death because the Russians are actually bombing civilians now for no reason. They're bombing malls, like shopping centers and that type of stuff, which is like, it's absolute insanity, claiming there's like weapons in there or some bullshit. So I don't quite know, but like, so much blood, so much destruction, so many children losing family and being separated from everything. And I have to go and put on mortal shell, or my mortal shell. Like, you have to like view your own mortality to see, well, like, I'm not this serene being, I'm not this person who's like cosmically in tuned. I have to go back down from this. I have to go away from what I'm trying to do and go live in my mortality every single day. And honestly, you can't blame people. There's a lot of people who've lost so much, like, in their own mental health, in their own minds during this like conflict, and it's absolutely insane to me. But still, let's keep going. Ooh, I love that drop. That's so pretty with the piano. Guitar? Playing piano? No piano. Don't know why I'm fucking that up, man, this one. It's pretty, nonetheless. Oh, she's going clean, man. That's so sick. Definitely doing that. Definitely doing that. Ooh, I love that low. That low is so nice. You can feel her passion and her pain and everything, man. It's crazy. Damn, man, this band is just doing such amazing shit with what they're doing. The recording kind of stopped as OBS fucked up, so I had to like go back about a minute and re-record that last little bit of this thing, so you might see a skip on the video. But besides that, man, this is so fucking cool. This is so like cool, but also depressing and fucked up, and so many other words I could think of like to really describe what the fuck is happening with it. But you can feel the conflict, the emotion, the terror, the pain, everything everybody in that country is going through, especially her. like coming from her point of view, it's just so deep, man. You can feel it in the instrumentation with everything she's doing with her voice. She managed to go in the where she went to the home is forgotten, so she was going like basically mid, and then when it went to the like FOR in the forgotten, she went lower on the very start of it. And it's a very cool thing to be able to do with your voice. It's so cool to be able to just go really deep into your range down here and just to kind of embrace that. That's so fucking awesome to be able to do it. And man, we're just going to be able to just jump straight back into the lyrics and just see where we're going with this, and just to kind of like see the story of it even more, just kind of break it down to give as much visibility towards this kind of conflict as we possibly can, to make sure it never happens again. Stars are falling, voices calling back into mortal life. Home is forgotten, the wings are broken, there is a new heartbeat inside. So the stars are falling, like the stars are, with the way she's trying to connect to her highest being, a higher self, is now falling. Voices are calling, the voices of her people around her back in towards her mortal life. Her home is now forgotten, she's forced to flee, she's forced to run away from it. Her wings are now broken, she can no longer soar, she's falling, and a new heartbeat is starting to beat inside of her. That heartbeat is one of war, the one of death, to defend the freedom to the very last breath. And she knows that this is my chapter, to be red in bloody red, to be as destructive, to kill as many of them as she can until her homeland is safe or is taken over, and every last one of them has fallen in the process. And that's the way she's going. That new heartbeat is that one of rage and destruction, of wanting to defend everything she holds dear, everything. She doesn't want to lose her home, she doesn't want to lose everything. She wants to be able to go back to that place. She doesn't want to be under control of anybody else, and you can see it, and you can feel it, and you can embrace the emotion behind it, and it's just so fucking like powerful. Leaving my home for journey into lower spheres, surrounded by ghosts of fears and tears, and I feel enormous pain of broken wings, so deep it sinks. So like she's leaving her home, she's like journeying onward, she's going into the lower sphere, she's going into being a refugee, into trying to find a new place to live, a new place to be. If not, she's going to stay behind and fight. She's in of those two minds. She doesn't know where she's going to end up from this point, but she feels her wings are broken, and she's going so far down that she's sinking, like mentally, emotionally, physically, literally every single way that she's thinking about it. It's just so destructive, it's so painful for her, and you can absolutely feel her pain just like going all over her, washing over her and all of us through her message, which is so fucking awesome. And the song is very, very well done. It's so powerful and emotionally filled. It's so great, man. Either way, let's end this song. Let's see how this is going to end. I love the ravens also. The ravens are such a nice touch. I love the whisper. The whisper's perfect. So captivating, man. I love that low, man. It's so brilliant. Oh, that's a seriously cool sound at the end. I don't know what that is, but shit, man. That was so powerful. Oh, that's a perfect image. Let's just go with that. That's perfect, actually. Like, I've just thought of another way this could really be, so you could say, like, leaving my home for the journey into the lower sphere, surrounded by ghosts and fears and tears. You could view that as her being killed within the war, of her sacrificing her life and literally being a ghost coming out of her body, going away from that mortal shell, going into the lower spheres, down into hell, being surrounded by everything of fears and tears and enormous pains of broken wings so deep it sinks, so you're sinking downwards into hell, which is kind of cool also. There's multiple ways you could really envision the song. It has so many different meanings you could really put into it, and that's what makes the song so beautiful, so amazing, and honestly, it's beautiful, it's perfect, exactly how it is. It says everything it needs to do, it does everything it needs to say, and it hits so many different emotions and timings and things like that, man. But man, I've got no words, man. I don't know how to really explain it. I try my best, but I mean, this was awesome. This was great. This was like such a great message. It shows just like how much they're willing to be resilient, how much they are fighting, how much they know they're fucked, but they're gonna keep fighting and pushing regardless, because it's the home, and they're not gonna give it up regardless of anything. Because if like Russia hits that nuclear launch button, then we're all fucked basically. So either way, man, let's see. What else do we need to do? Waiting for my first breath full of pain and bitterness, but one day I will break the mortal shell and come back to my real home. Yeah, hopefully, like she'll say, even if we are forced out, even if I am killed, even if anything else, I'll break through this mortal shell and my ghost will haunt that place forever. Type stuff, man, which is so cool to listen to. Either way, awesome song, so great. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night, and I will catch you guys in the very next video. Until then, take it easy.